Hello everyone, I'm going to have to be super quick with this video because I've got to go catch a train, but we're going to get started. This is my December wrap up and I'm really happy with everything I've read in December. So let's get started. The first book I read was The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins, and this is about a girl called Rachel who gets the same train to work every single day and sees the same people and the same things happening, and because of this it sort of has become her life. But one day she sees something shocking and she cannot help but find out what is going on. I could not put this book down. It was such a page turner. It was just absolutely incredible. I loved it so much. The end of each chapter, I really wanted to find out more. Like, there was just a cliffhanger all the time and I just loved that. It made me read it really quickly. The plot was definitely the strongest, as I found that the characters I didn't sort of have any opinions on, and I like to get opinions on characters, but the plot for me was definitely amazing. And the story development was really steady as well, and it was just full of twists and turns, and I never knew what was going to happen. So yeah, that's the first book I read, and I give this 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was Dream a Little Christmas Dream by Giovanna Fletcher, and this is the novella to Dream a Little Dream. And this is about Sarah, who is with Brett, and around her during this Christmas time, all her friends seem to have exciting things happening to them. So some of them are pregnant and they're getting married and things like that. And Sarah's sort of thinking, when is it my turn? She's really happy for her friends, but she's just sort of like, I feel like my life's not going anywhere. This is a perfect Christmas read. I definitely recommend it. I really want that friendship group to be real because they're just so funny. There's one thing though, I definitely would have liked more of the characters to have more of a development to them, because only some of them did, like only the main ones did, and I'd like to see more about some of the side characters as well. It's really perfect for the Christmas time, so if you were looking for a Christmas read, I definitely recommend this one. Obviously it's after Christmas now, but I definitely recommend it anyway. You could read it next Christmas, or if like me you don't care what time you read these kind of books, you could read it in January. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars as it was really good, but like I said, I wanted some more of the characters to develop more. The next book I have is a graphic novel, and that is Saga Volume 3 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples, and obviously I don't want to say much about this book as it is the third one, but if you don't know, Saga is a sci-fi series about a family that are trying to find their place in the world, but at this time a galactic war is going on, and these people are from opposite sides, so they weren't meant to fall in love. And they also have a child, so that has just made things even more crazy for them because they've got a lot of enemies after them because of what's happened. So it's about them fighting off the enemies and managing to actually settle down. I didn't find this volume as exciting and engaging. I did still really enjoy it, but I definitely preferred the first two. It was just a little bit difficult to keep up with who was who because there were so many characters and sort of how they were linked in. I had to keep going back and thinking, right, okay, you're that person and you're linked in this way. I had to really think, whereas with the other two, I've not really had to do that. But I still give this 4 out of 5 stars because I still really enjoy it and I definitely understand the hype this series gets. The next book I read was Christmas with Billy and Me by Giovanna Fletcher, and this is the novella to Billy and Me. And this is about Sophie, who is trying to balance her life between the coffee shop and the famous side with Billy. It's just really good, and this is about the Christmas time and what their Christmases are like, and the surprise for Sophie. It is just so cute. The locations are beautiful and so cozy and warm, and the characters are just lovely. I really want the coffee shop to be real, and I really want the people to be real, so I can meet them and go to the coffee shop, because who doesn't want to do that? The descriptions are just so beautiful. You can really picture everything, and everything, like I said, is just so cozy. And it is just perfect for the Christmas time. So if, again, you are looking for a Christmas read, I definitely recommend this one. And I rated this 5 out of 5 because I just love it. I do actually read this like every year, but I just love it every time. The next book I have is also a novella, and that is Winter Snow by Carrie Hope Fletcher, and this is the novella to On the Other Side. And On the Other Side is about a lady called Evie Snow who dies in her sleep at the age of 82, and then she ends up going to her own private heaven, but the gates to her private heaven are closed and she has to work out how to open them. And by doing this she has to contact her friends and family, but obviously that's not going to be easy because she's not alive anymore. This one is about Vincent, who is linked to Evie. I don't want to spoil everything, but linked to Evie. And so this is sort of his side and what happens to him when he ends up dying and he has to open the gates to his heaven. I don't want to say much more because, like I said, I don't want to spoil it, but it is just so cute, and it's a little short novella, so it's not very long. It takes really like half an hour to read, if that. It is so short and I definitely actually wanted it to be a bit longer because I love these characters and I could read about them for a lot longer. It was just beautifully written, and it was nice to see a different side as well to the story from a different character, because although it's amazing to see it from Evie's perspective, I definitely would have liked it to be from Vincent's perspective as well. So this book is just perfect for me, really. And it just made me feel so many emotions as well, and I love books that do that. I'm a bit of an emotional wreck most of the time, and books like that just set me off straight away. I give this 4 out of 5 stars, really enjoyed it, and definitely recommend. The next book I read was Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, and this is the personalised copy that I've talked about in a few of my videos. So I am actually Alice, and my friend Shannon is like the author as well, because she got me it. And it was so weird to read about me being Alice, because I realised that actually I am kind of like Alice. There's a lot of things she says that I would say, like I can just see myself saying, and things she does and I'm like, yeah, I would do that kind of thing. All of the characters in this are just so unique, so you can distinguish between them, and it's just very easy to keep up with this story even though it's completely crazy. And it's just such a well developed world. It is so colourful, so imaginative, and I definitely recommend this. If you've not read Alice in Wonderland, where have you been? You really need to read this. And I also rated this 4 out of 5 stars. This has been a very 4 out of 5 stars month. The next book I read was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the screenplay, and I absolutely adored this. I'm obsessed with the film. I love Newt Scamander, which we all know now. I've not shut up about this since the film came out. But I also love Queenie and Tina as well, because they're so different characters. They are hilarious to read about together because they're so different. Queenie just makes me laugh so much. But they are really interesting to read about, I think, because they are so different, but when they're together, it just really works. I don't know how, but it just really works. I also love Jacob. Jacob is so dippy. He's a nomad or a muggle, so he has no idea what's going on, and that just makes him so funny because he is so lost the whole way through. I love the layout of this because you got to read the dialogue as well as the descriptions of the locations and the camera angles and the edits and all of that, because it is a screenplay. So it was really easy to read, as it's not like full text, but it is definitely worth the read, and I would highly recommend you see the film first though. For me that worked that way better. I don't think I would have liked reading it as much if I hadn't seen the film first. And I obsess over this, so what else can I give it apart from a 5 stars? And the next books I read were The Peter Rabbit Library by Beatrix Potter, so this is it here, it's so pretty. And this consists of The Tale of Peter Rabbit, The Tale of Squirrel Nutkin, The Tale of Gloucester, The Tale of Benjamin Bunny, The Tale of Two Bad Mice, The Tale of Miss Tiggy Winkle, The Tale of Mr. Jeremy Fisher, The Tale of Tom Kitten, The Tale of Jemima Puddle Duck, and The Tale of the Flopsy Bunnies. And this is just adorable. I read all of these when I was younger. I think I read all of them anyway, I probably did, and I absolutely adore it. My favourite is still Miss Tiggy Winkle. It has been all of my life, and I still love Miss Tiggy Winkle, and there is still a picture in that story that I just absolutely adore, and I remember adoring it when I was younger as well. My least favourite was definitely The Tailor of Gloucester. I just found that really different to the rest of them, and it was kind of a little bit out of place, I feel. However, I still did really like the mice in that. They reminded me of Cinderella, and I love Cinderella. So I gave The Tailor of Gloucester 3 stars and Miss Tiggy Winkle 5 stars, and everything else was a 4 stars. However, I rated the whole thing 4 stars. I just think it's perfect for children, and to be honest, perfect for everyone. Anyone can read this. If you're like me and you're not a child anymore, however you just like children's books, I definitely recommend this if you've not read it already. And if you have read it anyway, revisit it because they are just so sweet. And the drawings really enhance the story as well. They are just so beautifully done. This is definitely one of the most beautiful children's collections I've ever came across. And because these characters are just so mischievous, they make me laugh so much. So yeah, 4 out of 5 stars overall for this one. And the next book I haven't finished yet, but I have started, and that is Always with Love by Giovanna Fletcher. This is the sequel to Billy and Me, and I adore Billy and Me. I talked about that earlier, so I'm not going to talk about it again. But this is just such a lovely, lovely book. And I am not that far through, but I'm really enjoying it already. I know I'm going to enjoy this. It's going to be amazing. I just know it is. I loved Billy and Me. I loved Christmas with Billy and Me. So I can't see me not enjoying this one. But I can't really say much about this one yet. But I will update you a little bit more. Maybe in January about this one, because I can't say much about it now. However, yeah, really enjoying it so far. So that is it for my wrap up for December. I hope you've enjoyed it. I managed to read loads this month, so I'm so happy about that. Let me know what your favourite read of December was, as I'd love to know. And if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe as always, and I will see you all in my next video very soon. Bye!